The thing was, I didn't even know what the word environment means when I joined the conference. I couldn't even form a complete sentence to fight back. Some people said that we were just trying to show off our English skill, and I know part of this insecurity comes from your peers. It's super embarrassing and weird to speak English with your friends. The Way of Kings is the best fantasy novel of all time for me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm ChunChi from Taiwan. I just turned 18 this year, currently studying at UWC in Armenia. This video I'm gonna tell you how I learned English on my own by building 8 small but effective habits as a non-native speaker growing up in Taiwan. And just a heads up, this video is more suitable for those who have already studied English for a little while and have basic conversational skill. So this video will definitely help you to take your skill up a notch. The first thing is about change all your settings on your phone, laptop, and tablet into English. Most of my friends in Taiwan around me have English setting on their devices and they all know those terminology. That's when I learned about Bluetooth, screenshots, duplicate, and crop. So I thought English setting just seemed so much more fancy to me, so I did the same as my friends. However, in the beginning, I struggled a lot after I changed the setting from traditional Chinese to English. Because if I want to change any features on my phone or laptop, I couldn't find those buttons and I didn't understand their functions, so it really took me a long time to get used to it. But after 1 month or 2, I already learned so many words for video editing, copywriting, or slides making. So this tiny habit really helps me to improve my English and also expand my vocabulary, especially those technical terms. And the second thing is about using Google to search something. Watch Netflix or TikTok, YouTube. Whenever I have a question, recently, for example, I tried to eat more healthy and be more productive. So instead of searching my answers in Chinese, I learned so much more English when I tried to look for the answers in English. Yes, it takes a bit more time to process the information because it's not your mother tongue, but eventually you grasp the skill of fast reading and also know more common vocabs. Also, I know it can be annoying, tiring to read English when you try to unwind by watching YouTube, Netflix, or Instagram Reels, but start doing it, you will see the progress. It's just a matter of getting used to it and time. For me, I love browsing through YouTube and explore English content that I like. They're usually school or workout vlogs, makeup tutorials, or people's challenges with their friends or family. The third thing is about naming everything around you in English and try to think in English. When I'm alone or I'm bored, I will play this game. Just imagine I'm in a kitchen. Okay, I'll name that. Oh, that's peppercorn. That's a plastic wrap. That's chicken breast. Something like this. So this really helps me to expand my vocabulary when I see an object that I can't recognize in English, and also trains me to think faster. Speaking of being an English thinker, the tip is just to be aware of what language your mind is thinking in and force yourself to switch to the English mode. It's not about translating your native language to English, because that's a 2-step process which can be very ineffective and exhausting. Try to generate English in your brain from scratch. I know it can be hard because it's counterintuitive and also very energy taking, but I've only started doing this since last year when I studied here and come to UWC, because otherwise I couldn't be able to survive and talk to people outside Taiwan. The third thing is about speak English with your friends or when you're alone. When I was in Taiwan studying in my old high school with all my Taiwanese friends, although we are an international school, we still chatted in Mandarin, so my English speaking was still rusty. But later on, we played a game where we had to speak English for the whole day or we get punished. But we always failed that in 20 minutes or something like that. Some people said that we were just trying to show off our English skill and it's super embarrassing and weird to speak English with your friends. But once you try it, you will know how fun that could be. And also, if you feel awkward speaking English in front of others, then just practice by speaking English on your own when you're alone. For example, when I'm taking a shower, I'll just talk about random things about what happened at school today, what opinion I have towards a specific issues or news. It really gave me more confidence to start a conversation with others when I practice English by babbling in English English. The fifth tip is about listen to podcast, radio, or watch YouTube when you're doing chores. Don't miss any chance of getting exposed to English. Every morning when I brush my teeth or just organize myself, I'll listen to BBC or podcasts, especially those who talk about their college stories, day routines, or career experience. Sometimes I just put my phone by the mirror, play YouTube on my phone, because watching people's disciplined daily life really motivates me so much that I can keep going and move forward with lots of energy in that day. And this habit really improved my English from all aspects, especially my speaking and listening. This habit is never stressful like reading an English textbook because you can always choose the content you like, your favorite podcast, radio, or YouTube videos. Number 6, don't be afraid of speaking English just because you're not confident with your pronunciations, grammar, or accents. I know part of this insecurity comes from your peers or other people who can be overly critical sometimes or strict, but it doesn't really make you inferior or superior to have a British, American, or Chinese accent. Although personally I don't have this kind of issue, I always believe that the purpose of language is to communicate and connect, not to compare who is the best or who's better. But if you still have concerns, I'll recommend that you slowly read articles or news every day and try to find the best way to project your voice and find your favorite ways to do pronunciations and have your favorite accents. Number 7, as cliche as it sounds, spend at least 15 minutes every day to read a book. It doesn't have to be that much in the beginning. You can absolutely start from spending 5 minutes or setting a small goal of reading 1 page every day. I'm currently developing this habit as well. I've been doing this for 1 month starting from this term. Reading personally is the most effective way to enhance my literacy level, and it helps me to shape me into a more mature and open-minded person and helps me to get into flow. My favorite genre is fantasy and non-fiction, such as autobiography. So just pick a book that you really like to keep the momentum going and build this great habit. Here I also have recommendation of books for you. The first one is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Another one is When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. The Way of Kings is the best fantasy novel of all time for me, but also Harry Potter. It's about 2 independent stories of 2 characters reading together. One of the characters struggles to live in a royalty's house as a servant, and another one struggles to survive in the battlefield as a slave. They discovered their superpower in the end and rescued their collapsing kingdom. It's not only pure fantasy, but also the characters' leadership and perseverance when it comes to tribulation. It is super inspiring and breathtaking. I even had a second year writing an IBEE on this book because he loved it so much. So you definitely need to check this out if you're a big fantasy fan. Another one is When Breath Becomes Air. I've seen so many good reviews about this book online last month. It's a memoir of a neurosurgeon who is diagnosed with terminal lung cancer and tried to seek the meaning of life and the implications of death. There are many touching moments in this book that really made me sit and think about things beyond school or my daily life and what is worth living. I learned how to let things go when they did not turn out to be what I expected, and also appreciate what I already own now. So this book really calms me down so much. So I definitely recommend to those people who like this kind of genre. Number 8, join as many English activities as you can. For example, Model United Nations, debates, or English contests. I made so many improvements when I was in middle school because of MUN events. You wouldn't believe how ignorant, weak, and fearless I was when I participated in my first ever MUN, which was held by the Yale University, an international one. But the thing was, I didn't even know what the word environment means when I joined the conference. I understood nothing about what other delegates were talking about. When they attacked my arguments, I couldn't even form a complete sentence to fight back. So that really destroyed all my confidence about speaking English. So I joined more MUN after that to gain more experience. The workload of researching on debating topic, lots of talking and negotiating during the conference really brought my English to another level. So in the next few months, I got lots of awards in almost every MUN conference. It's not only limited to MUN. It's like any activities that is related to the use of language are always beneficial to you. Also, one very important thing is not to make groupings with people who only talk in the same language as you but not English. They would ultimately become your comfort zones and you will never get a chance to improve your skills. Alright, this is the end of the video and I hope you find my advice helpful. It's never too late to learn English, so keep it up. Share, like, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more English learning content and also my high school life. And that's it. See you!